When the board began the process of searching for an interim president and CEO, we needed someone who had an understanding of football and understanding of this community. We reached out to Rick right away. He was a clear choice for all of us. We had a long, short list that we tried to shorten it down, and Rick was by far our number one candidate. He is a proven winner. He's got the respect of the board. Importantly, he's got the respect of the league, the CFL, and all the different teams. He's been around for a while. We are a proudly owned community team. Rick brings us some instant credibility with our shareholders and our community. This credibility with our staff will help him do some great work in the critical months ahead. So I'd like to welcome back to the Edmonton Elks organization, Rick LeLacheur.
Thanks, Tom. I did not see this coming at all. But I guess the reason I'm here probably is because I'm a CFL lifer, and as some of you know, I've been around for a long time. And Joan had to do something to get me out of the house in retirement, so I'm clearly putting retirement on hold again. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to have to do a lot of listening and reading and seeing what's going on. I've heard lots of things, but I have not seen it for myself. So I'm looking forward to it. We're going to, on the football side, take it game by game as you do in football, and we'll take it from there. On the business side, I'm going to have to look into the everything that's been going on in the financials. I think it's no secret that the team has been struggling, and I'm not going to be able to flip a switch and it change overnight. This is a longer term fix, but I've committed to Tom and the board that I'll be here for particularly the next 4 months as we look for a new CEO, and I will not be a candidate as a full-time CEO going forward past my interim basis. So I'll do everything I can to help. I know that I do know the CFL, and I know the CFL well, and all the players, and I know this city, and we've been back now for 6 months. So we're looking forward to it, and we'll go from there and see what happens.
Questions? Morley Scott from 630 Ched. Rick, no one, after your years of service here and in BC, no one would have blamed if you wanted to stay in the sunset. What draws you back to this position, and why is it important to you to come back?
I've seen a lot in the CFL over my years, and I don't think anybody could fathom the position that the Elks are in now. Clearly, the record, of course, doesn't help, but as I said, I'm a CFL lifer, and it's important to me that all the franchises are strong. And I went out to BC on a 2-year commitment to David Braley to help him sell the team, and we pretty near got there, but David could never sign off that he knew he should sell the team, but he never could. So, and then of course COVID hit, and we were there for 5 years. So. I'm very pleased that we found Amar Doman, and he's doing a great job out there, and so is Dwayne. So CFL needs all strong franchises. You can't have weak ones and strong ones. So I've been around the green and gold so long, and still have green and gold in me, and have some orange too, but it means a lot to me that this franchise will get back to where it should be and be strong on and off the field.
You went through a bit of a renaissance in BC with the Lions under the new ownership in the last couple of years. Did you see something there? Did you learn something there that maybe you can put into place here that will help things change here?
Yeah, I think clearly Amar Doman is clearly a great owner, and as I told him that he was going to be our poster boy, and but I think we also, you've been there, and I think I'm pretty proud of the way they put together their game day, And you can't win all the games, you know. If you could, I'm sure the commissioner would love every team to be 9-9 and try to figure out the playoffs, but it just doesn't happen that way. So you have to make an event and where it's fun and fun for families, and if you win, that's all much better. But it's got to be a fun event. It's not just a football game.
Hi, Rick. Dan Barnes from Post Media. You wouldn't have come back if you didn't think you could make an impact. So where do you think that impact starts? How much can you accomplish in the time that you have between now and when they hire the successor?
I think I can add some stability to the organization, and I don't know if it's a strength of mine, but I know that I never get too high or too low. And we've won some championships when I've been here, and we've done bad when we've been here. So it does go up and down in professional sports. I can add the stability to particularly the staff. And I started by meeting the board yesterday and the past directors last night and the staff this morning. And I'll continue meeting with them. And I'm not going to be able to do it. It's going to take the whole team to do it. So as we meet with the staff, there's 4 games left at home. We've got to pay attention to that. Next, I guess in a couple of weeks, I'm sure with the CFL, we're going to start the schedule for next year. And the season seat renewals. So there's no shortage of work to do. But I think I can bring that stability to the group.
Will you also be involved in choosing the more permanent CEO and president?
Yes, yeah, I'll certainly help where I can, and it's not an easy job, as everybody knows. But my commitment to Tom and the board is that we'll do everything we can to find the right person, because it's going to be a very important hire.
As a Stephen Sandor from Canadian Press, as a CFL lifer watching this from afar, like if you're watching on television or just talking back to people in Edmonton about what's going on with this team, you know, you talked about the surprise that you never would have imagined this team would be in this situation. What was your reaction like as you watched the last couple of years unfold here in Edmonton?
It hurt. I guess internally it hurts. I was so busy in BC that you watch it from afar. But to see what's happened, and particularly see the empty seats, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing for the Elks. It's not a good thing for the CFL. So we've had a lot of teams throughout the years of the CFL go up and down, and I think the ownership of all the teams in the CFL is probably the strongest it's ever been right now. So. As a community team, I've sat in the 80s, I sat on the board of directors, and in the 2000s, I sat as the CEO reporting to the board. So I've seen both sides, and the board's volunteers, as Tom has said many times, they have their day job, and I'll look at what the situation is, try to do in a couple of weeks, do a situation analysis and see where we are, and then let the board know what my thoughts are and more particular, what the plan is going forward.
And maybe it's a question for Tom. You talked about Rick being the clear number 1 choice, but did you have a certain number of candidates that you were looking at in the long list, or was it really just one person that you were looking at?
We had a list of over 20. We asked the board and others to put forward names, and then we said, okay, we got to start narrowing this down, ranking it, and every one of us that ranked had Rick as number 1. So there's a lot of great people out there, but there was, in my opinion, a head and shoulders above the rest.
Hi, Jasmine King, Global News. I guess just, as you mentioned, you'll only be here for a short time, but do you think in that time period change is possible?
I wouldn't classify it as change. I think I've got a history here. I know the building. I even know where the washroom is, and I've only been here the morning. So I've been around the building. I know the team. I know the CFL. I don't know all the staff yet. I've met them all now. On the football side, I know some of the football coaches, even a few of the players I know. So I'm just going to start by talking to everybody, getting some input, and what you do is try to funnel effect of getting all the information you can, and then you make some decisions. So the key now is this week. There's a game on Sunday, and we want as many fans here as we possibly can, and we're going to show them a good time. And hopefully we get the off our back with the win. And I know the coaches and the players are going to do all they can to make sure they've got a winning streak of 2 games on Sunday.
And before officially joining, was there anything that, as we mentioned, watching from afar, that you had your eyes on for the club?
No, I would just, we left BC at the end of the year, and we're back, and we spent a few months renovating our place that we had not sold our place here. So you just watch from afar and see what is happening. But when, it hurts when you see a board come up on a news or sports of whatever it was, 1,300 and some days. Put a board up now. It's been 8 days since the Elks won a game. That's what it is now. So going forward, we'll just see. I can't do everything, but I think I can bring some stability and some leadership to it.
Is this your final retirement and your final job?
No, ask Joan. Joan and I are a real football couple. She beat me in CFL fantasy last year. So we love the game. We love the CFL. You just have to look at me that I'm not a long-term fix. So I don't know. Well, I'm sure this is the last one. We like to travel. Every time I've retired, I've had to promise Joan a trip. So can't afford anymore.
Where do you start? What's your first thing on your agenda?
Already have. I met with the board yesterday morning. I met, as I said, had the opportunity last night. Once a year, the past directors and of the club get together for a dinner, and that's when Tom introduced me to. I knew most of them, and then I met with the management team this morning, and then the staff, and now I'll start some one-on-ones, and we'll go back, and then we're organizing a management meeting for this afternoon. And I've asked them to put down what their top 3 points are and what has to be done, what they think needs to be done, and we'll discuss those. And I'll meet with everybody then individually, and I'm sure that'll take the rest of this week, and we'll also keep our eye on the game day from a presentation point of view, and hopefully the coaches and the players have a game plan and take on Ottawa, and we go from there.
Tom, can I ask how deep you are into the search for a permanent replacement?
Sure. Well, our process has been putting out requests for proposals, so they are out there. We expect to get 3 or 4 in from different search firms. I think I'm only in receipt of 1 so far, so very early stages on that, Scott.
Rick, you knew Victor. Did he at any point reach out to you for any kind of advice, guidance, just to shoot the breeze?
Yeah, well, I was on the management council, CFL management council with him last year, so we've always kept in touch. He had a lot of good ideas, and there's some of that are excellent ideas that we'll continue with. So we'd talk from time to time, but mostly at CFL meetings of what was happening.
Darcy Seaton, CTV News Edmonton. I'm just wondering, do you have a message for the fans that have endured? It's been a poor season, and there's been fans in the stands with bags on their heads, signs expressing their disgust. I know you just got here, but do you have a message for them going forward in your short amount of time here?
Sure. The ups and downs of sport is not fun, particularly when you're down. I've made mistakes in the football side, and the key is if you make a mistake, then get it corrected. But I think they've made some corrections this year, the way they're playing, and come out and watch them play, not just football, to just have a great time and enjoy the time. This is the first time the CFL's gone to Sunday games, and I think overall it's been pretty successful. So 5 o'clock Sunday game, and in the summer could be looks like it's going to be 28 or 29 degrees, so it'll be a great day to come out. It is affordable, and it's a great way to experience particular families, and we'll continue and even grow the presence of families in the game and attending the game. So I can't force anybody to come, but I do want to stress that we're going to try to make it as fun as we possibly can, regardless of what the score on the field is. And I know there's hardcore football fans that are not happy, and I've seen the pictures of the bags, but I've seen pictures of bags in the NFL, the NHL, the NBA, all over the place. So, but they're passionate fans, and there's nothing wrong with passionate fans.